Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Build Paint Play. I'm Dave.
And I'm still Jake, and we're joined by some new guests today.
Yes, we are. Sorry for the extended intro. If I tell you to shut up and sit down 3 times, something's gone wrong.
It's a good metric, yeah.
Stupid Facebook. The way that they have you switch between accounts and do different things. It doesn't work anywhere near like it did 6 weeks ago. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for your patience. We are joined tonight by John Shaffer. Thank you very much, John. Whee!
Hello.
And also joining us from the wonderful mecca of AdeptiCon already is Trevor from Armored Wolf. Woo!
Guys.
First time on the show, we wanted to have you on. Jeff is Jeff Smith, the 4th Warlord in A Tale of 4 Warlords. We're getting a little bit of buzzing.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah. Thought we had that earlier. No. Jeff is driving a truck from Battlefront HQ all the way out to AdeptiCon, so he is unable to join us this evening. So we've got Trevor. Welcome, Trevor.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Awesome. We will be taking a look at some of the cool things that you've made for us a little bit later in the show. But you are quite welcome to interrupt any of us at any point to talk about to join in the conversation about what we're talking about. So it's what we usually do. So just quickly, I will jump into the chat. We've got so Josh has joined us well before the show and left a comment saying, I'll see you all this week. Safe travels. So I think he's heading to AdeptiCon soon, probably tomorrow, like most of us. Matt Bowles is here. Luis is here. Jez is here. Patrick. Jeff. Oh, Jeff says hello from Interstate 80 in Northwest Ohio.
Wow.
Nice.
That sounds a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
I hope somebody else is texting for you.
Maybe it's voice to text. Hopefully, yeah.
It could be, yes.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, for sure. Lee Hughes is here. Hi, Lee. Fantastic. And John is here, and Dan Wood. Awesome. Dan says there's just enough time to paint a cave drake.
Yeah, he posted pictures. He was working on his Bjornlings, and he needs the Drake for the list. So,
yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't. I'm sorry, Dan. I didn't have a chance to get them into the show tonight, so we'll have a look. Definitely have a look at those in next week's show. So excited to check those out, and hopefully be able to tell us how well they did at AdeptiCon, which would be super cool. So, oh my goodness, I think I just ran out of steam.
wow, that's not good. It's early.
Already?
Isn't that it?
Yeah,
Right at the beginning.
it's a lie. I never run out of steam. No, I do, but not tonight. Cool. So I think I'm just trying to think where to go next. Next up, I think we'll say Trevor, Armored Wolf. Tell us, give us a quick sort of introduction to yourself and Armored Wolf and what you do and all that sort of stuff.
Armored Wolf is a leather-based business. We do everything handcrafted. We do everything from Renaissance, steampunk, piratical gear, but we even, since COVID hit, we've been doing wargaming supplies, like mainly thematic dice bags for your armies.
Cool. Excellent. And we have, I know, Trevor, you were saying that over on the sort of desk near you, there are dice bags for 4 Warlords.
Yeah, there's dice. I have all the 4 Warlords dice bags. I have 4 additional dice bags that are being delivered, and then 2 that will be available here at the con, and they'll be at Baron of Dice's booth.
Excellent. That is super cool. We have pictures of those too, of 3 of the 4 for us to show a little bit later, but we're going to make John's a surprise.
Oh,
a convention surprise.
It turned out really. Everybody's been gushing over it that's seen it so far.
ooh, I'm stoked, man. The work in progress
Turned out
stuff,
really
amazing. Like it looks so good. It's really cool.
Trevor, how did you get into this?
So since a very early age, my mom actually used to read like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to put me to sleep. And so I've always been interested in kind of the medieval arts, the mastercraft arts. And so when I was around about 9 or 10, I wanted to make a leather pouch. So Mom drove me down to the local leather shop, and I picked up some leather, and that was the end of it. Basically, I've been into kind of dead arts ever since then. I'm a blacksmith, I'm a chain miller, leather worker. Yeah. Anything that's basically a dead art, I'm pretty much part of.
You're keeping alive.
He's like I can write fluently in Sanskrit.
Not quite.
Do you happen to fletch arrows or make arrowheads?
I have fletched arrows. Yes, actually, that's really fun.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I might want to talk to you about that. That's cool.
Too. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I've done flint napping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like
Neolithic
stone heads, like the Native American style. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's
I
awesome.
also because this kind of industry, you kind of gravitate towards like Renaissance fairs and stuff like that. So we're part of the pirate crew in our Renaissance fair back home in Alaska. But we've also traveled to other states and been part of their pirate crews. So we participate in like black powder firing and stuff like that as well.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Very cool. So in the chat, Jez Hunt is a leather worker himself. He does a lot of work on, as well as creating a lot of leather goods, works on costuming and props and that kind of thing for TV and movies in the UK.
Oh, nice.
Yep. He says, me and so many of my mates are the same. I think as far as working on dying professions. But another friend, Brett, says Cooper is the most missed profession. Have you done any cooping at all?
I have not done any cooping, no.
Okay.
I've been a mead maker though. I've apprenticed as a mead maker.
Okay.
Done that before and helped out in breweries.
Nice. So Cooper adjacent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Well, not really.
Specialized carpentry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I actually have here in the United States, you can actually get a leather master's degree from certain institutions. And so to do that, you have to show that you can tool leather, wet form leather, dye leather, stain leather, and the end all be all to get your master degree is to tool leather and then also make a saddle. So I've actually made 3 saddles in my lifetime. I've made Roman sandals. There's been a long laundry list of things that I've made throughout my entire life as a leather crafter.
That's cool.
That's excellent.
Can you see your saddles and other work online? Do you have like a gallery or anything?
I don't have any pictures of my saddles actually. The best gallery is literally just Instagram. Most of my stuff, since it was all commissioned stuff, I just never took photos of it.
Oh, bummer. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's a shame. Boo. But yeah, so we're all excited about heading to AdeptiCon. Let's go around the circle. John, what are you doing at AdeptiCon?
I am running 2 sessions of Necromunda on Friday and Saturday. I am working the show as well for WizKids, doing demos of Star Trek Into the Unknown, which is a new game coming out in later this year. What else do I have going on? I'm going to hang out with a bunch of friends, play a game, and have a good time, which is something I haven't done in a while. And that's mostly it. Yeah.
Very cool. Nice. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to be playing in that game that you mentioned.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Super secret game. Nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
On the down low.
I got some Necromunda dudes painted for it. But yeah, should be very cool. Trevor, what are you going to be doing at the show?
Mostly I help out in Fort Wapple, the hobby area. I have a couple classes that I'm teaching, and just hanging out with friends, seeing good friends, new and old, and having a good time.
Yep. Awesome. Jake, how about you?
So most of my first couple days I fly in tomorrow. We were saying before we even jumped on here, as soon as we get done on the show tonight, I have to go pack. I haven't packed anything. So I land tomorrow at like 12:30, and then I'll basically settle in and do nothing. And then tomorrow night's the big one for all of us because we get to go to the GW sneak peek, which is always fun. If you're there early on Wednesday night, you can go into the Games Workshop like sneak peek. So I'm excited to see. There's a rumor we're going to see the new Blood Angels FOMO box, which I'm really looking forward to. We'll get to see the rest of the Kroot range. I know they're going to show off there's some new Shadespire stuff, or not Shadespire. Yeah, Warhammer Underworld stuff. I always want to call it Shadespire, but it's Warhammer Underworlds. There's a new Kill Team box, I think. There's a new Warcry, like warbands and stuff.
Didn't they bring you a new Ratkin for Necromunda?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, there's going to be a new there's a new Necromunda book coming out because they're going to be moving into another, like we're going to another hive for part of the next one, which I'm excited about. Now that we've got,
I'm very excited about that.
It's like we're in Necromunda, and then it's like we're in the Ash Wastes. Where are we going? We're going to this other hive city. So like that should be kind of cool.
It's going to be super interesting if that's what that second hive is, like based on the lore and everything. Because if it's Hive Secundus, that's going to be like. Yeah, that was like taken over by Gene Stealers and Gene Stealer cult stuff. So
and that's what we don't know. Like that's gonna be kind
of
the fun bananas part. And then Thursday and Friday during the day, I'll be at the Res Nova booth, like doing demos for Mutant Chronicles Warzone for most of the day. And then I know one of the nights I got to get a game of Heresy against Chris Kemming. It's a rematch from last year. And then obviously the four of us have to get our games in. So that's at least 3 games of 40K. I got to play John's Knights once. I got to play your Space Marines once. I got to play Jeff's Wolf Spear once. And then I figure we'll round robin it up and see what that looks like. I'll probably be at Fort Wapple a little bit off and on to like work on some stuff, maybe if I have the bandwidth. And then, same as always. I mean, I think we all have the same thing, which is hanging out with our friends. The best thing, my favorite thing about this show is how many people that I get to see that I don't see all the time. I was talking to somebody today about like how many shows there are in March, right? And in March there's like 3 different Comic Cons. You've got Gamma, there's PAX East, there's WonderCons in 2 weeks. You've got GaryCon is this coming weekend, AdeptiCon's this weekend. It's just crazy. So friends of mine were like, "Oh, see you at PAX East," and I was like, "Nope, I'll be at AdeptiCon." And then other friends of mine are like, "Oh, you go to GaryCon?" I was like, "No, I'm going to AdeptiCon." But this show always feels like home to me, even though I haven't done this show for that long. I think I've only done this show for like 6 or 7 years. This show always feels like home to me because I got my start like working at Games Workshop. I have so many friends in the miniature side of things that when I go to the show, it's always cool to see everybody. And because it's so much smaller, it feels a lot more intimate. So I know I'll be able to spend time with folks. So
yeah, I think we might be getting a little bit of feedback. It might be through your phone, Trevor. I'm not sure if it's resting on something or funneling this.
I'm holding it mostly. It could be the air conditioner though.
Possibly, I don't know. Anyway, we'll power through. All good. So just quickly, going back, Jez Hunt says the saddles are the OSL of leatherwork. It's mad complicated.
There's lots of layers to them. Jeez. Yeah, I can imagine.
Imagine it'd be ridiculous. Fantastic. So I will be helping out in the Hobby Lounge Fort Wapple area Thursday morning, the Thursday early shift, Friday early shift. I got the game Friday night. I think I have the other thing as well. So all the authors for the Art of series that are going to be at the show are all doing signings this weekend at the Game Envy booth. So Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon. So I'll be keeping an eye on those to make sure they run smoothly. I think they should.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be all good. I probably don't even need to be there, but I'll lurk nearby, which would be super cool. But yeah, just hanging out, chatting with everybody, and catching up, playing our games. One of the things we might be able to do, instead of just doing 3 games of 40K, maybe we just do a big doubles game.
Doubles game sounds probably better for my schedule. It's going to be really packed, but yeah, I'll definitely try to squeeze in as many games as I can. But yeah, doubles game sounds pretty good.
I think that'd be a good one to work with. But yeah, so I'm super excited about that. I loaded up almost all of my padded minis for the Space Marine Army into a 27-gallon tote. The black tote.
Just flexing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Multiple layers, I assume, too. Like it's multiple stacks of.
Yeah, it's multiple stacks of those totes.
Yeah.
No, it was just the one of those.
Dude, I was telling somebody the other day. I was like, Dave has painted more for this challenge than me, John, and Jeff combined.
Easily. Yeah, easily.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, it's wild.
I just got carried away.
What's the secret, Dave? Do you just do you have like a regimented routine or like a locked in section of your day that you are just always painting, or how do you do it?
It's kind of when I'm not doing anything else, I'm painting.
Okay.
When I'm not doing anything else, I'm not doing anything else. Like that's what I'm doing when I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I don't. My brain doesn't let me slow down. So.
So Dave, tell me if this is right. And John, this might answer your question, because Ben, who Dave knows, my business partner, Ben asked me the same thing. Ben's like, how does he get so much stuff done? And we were kind of chatting about it. And I was like, I think part of it is for most of us, like if I have downtime, I either want to read, or I'm playing video games, or I'm doing stuff with my wife, or I'm taking my dogs for a walk, or I'm playing ice hockey, or I'm painting miniatures, or I'm like running a D&D game. And like, I feel like when Dave has downtime, Dave's downtime is painting miniature. Like that is his hobby. So,
I have no other hobbies. No.
So like that must help a lot. Because like I was just looking at my week the other day. And it's like, okay, Monday nights I play in an online 40K. I play in a BattleTech game online. And then Tuesday nights I do this. And then Wednesday nights I play ice hockey for 2 hours. And then Thursday nights I usually either do a game with a bunch of my friends online, or my friends will come over and we'll play some sort of role-playing game. And then Friday nights, I usually either do a game online or my wife and I go out to dinner. That's like our date night. Saturdays I work all day. Like Saturday's the busiest day of the week, so I'm there. And then Sundays, I get to do husband stuff like we all do. So I'm like fixing stuff or mowing the lawn or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's all typically house stuff. And then my wife goes to bed usually early on Sunday nights. So then I get a little bit of hobby time, which is kind of whatever falls into place. So like, and I know that it's different for Dave too, because Dave has like kids and he has all the responsibilities we do, but it just must be easier. Like if his hobby is painting minis, like I get it.
Yeah. Exclusively. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah. If I dedicated like all the hours outside of work and sleep to paint like Dave does, I'm sure it's more than that. Or less than that. I mean,
I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
Dave, is it like is it like a specific amount of time every day, or is it just kind of like throughout the week whenever you have time?
Yeah, it's sort of throughout the week when I have time. Like it'll be like I'll cook dinner and then we'll sit down, we'll eat dinner, we might watch TV for a little bit, or might sit there and just scroll through crap, or we'll talk about our day, whatever happens. And then once that's all sort of underway, once it's all finished, sort of wrapping up for the day, so Julie's going to go and relax in the bedroom and watch terrible, trashy, like reality TV. And Lucy's going to sit and watch horse videos, and Emily's going to do something else. Then I'll come down here and paint, and I'll paint until like 10:30, 11 o'clock, that kind of thing. And it's just that kind of stuff. On Wednesday nights, I'll either game or take Lucy to horse riding lessons. But once everything else in the house is finished for the day, then I'll be painting for a few hours. And Sundays I've lined it up so that I do laundry on Sundays. So I do the whole week's worth of laundry for the whole house, which means that I need to be near the washing machine and dryer, which
it's all planned out
over there. Yeah.
Nice.
Honey, I'll be downstairs doing laundry.
Doing the laundry for the next 8 hours.
Any basement activities, you just throw them my way. Do that.
Exactly.
Nice. Oh, there's the secret. I got it. Nice. Good to know.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Well, kudos, Dave, for accomplishing so much. You've painted a lot.
It's insane.
But I will say, no, I'll talk about it when we get to that point, though. So it'll be interesting. One of the things I wanted to do with this, with the Tale of Four Warlords, was so that we could each express the way that we go about stuff and what we do if we encounter issues or problems or whatever. So, but yeah, I think it's time for us to jump into doing a little bit of presentation.
Did we do, in case we forgot, a huge shout out to our season sponsor, the Iron Painter, as always, and a shout out to Armored Wolf for being our Four Warlord sponsor. Oh, here we go.
No, all good. Yeah, definitely. That was the right time to do it. But so yes, definitely a big thank you to the Army Painter.
I saw this post. This is super cool.
Yeah, it is good. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So sure. So basically, this who is this? Did they say who it is?
It's Ole Broga.
Okay, so this guy is the first pre-order for Fanatic. So Tomas basically volunteered to go out and hand deliver it, which is crazy. So this guy got his set of Warpainter Fanatic before anybody else, which is just really rad. They made it into a whole post thing, and I think it's super cool. So
yeah, and it was the neat thing is that he has his own YouTube channel. He does like terrain building and miniature painting and that kind of thing. So I've subscribed to that now, so I can go and check it out. But it should be lots of fun. But yeah, very cool. We're excited to catch up with all those guys. I haven't met Thomas before, so it'll be nice to meet him. I haven't met Eric from Eric's Hobby Workshop, and Phil the Glacial Geek. I haven't met yet, so We got a big team at the show, so it'll
Yeah,
be great.
I'm sure you and I will get some face-to-face time with both of them. Like Kat and Adam have both reached out a couple times, so I'm sure that we'll get to sit down and say hi to everybody. Dude, all month at the store, it's been me just like explaining to people that they're wrong. So some guy was like, "Hey, I placed a big order for Fanatic on your website," and I'm like, "Sure, what's the name?" And I look up the order, and I'm like, "Yeah, you ordered a bunch of single paints," and he's like, "Yeah, it's a pretty big order though." I was like, "Yeah, it's like 36 or something paints." I'm like, "Yep." So he's like, "When am I going to get those?" And I was like, "When Fanatic comes out." And he's like, "Well, you have them up on your website." I was like, "Yes, for pre-orders." And he's like, so you don't have them? I was like, "No." And he's like, "Well, I heard they're already out." And I'm like, "They're not out." And he's like, "Well, when are you getting them?" So I said, the mega paint set and the full paint set come out this month. In fact, they come out, I think, next week or something. And then, or it's supposed to be during the next like 10 days. So today, and they ship today and they're supposed to come out like next week. And then I was like, and then everything else comes out in like mid-April. And he's like, "Oh, well, I probably wouldn't have pre-ordered it from you if I had known that." And I was like, "That's what it's like with everybody. That's not us. That's everyone." And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, let me know if anything else happens." I'm like, "Sure." So then a guy comes into the store and I hear him talking to one of my other guys. This is a little bit later. And he goes, "Oh, I wanted to pick up some of the Fanatic stuff." And my part-timer Brandon goes, "Well, we don't have it, but I can, we can put it in the system and pre-order for you." And he goes, "Oh, I heard it's already out." And he's like, "No, I don't think so." So I say to the guy, I'm like, "It's not out yet." And I explain the same thing. And he goes, "I know it's out. I've seen people using it." And I was like, "Where did you see people using it?" He goes, "Oh, there's a couple of YouTube guys that I follow." And I was like, "Yes, certain people got it early so they could test it out. It's not out." And he's like, "I don't think that's true. I don't think that's right." And I'm like, "Listen, I'm friends with the Army Painter team. They're a sponsor for the show that I do. Like, I'm telling you, it's not out. Like, I would love to sell it to you today. It's not. I'm not keeping the good stuff away from you. It is not out." And he's like, I'm gonna look around online. I've definitely seen it out." I was like, "Cool. Yep, you do you, buddy." Like,
Go for it.
that's happened like 4 or 5 times. It's insane to me.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. People are just don't like to listen.
I'm pretty sure it's already out.
Yeah. It must be. So moving on, the next thing was some hobby stuff. So I know that Jake and John, you guys have been working on models for your armies. We'll talk about coming up. I went and had a game with Jeff on Saturday at Games and Stuff. I laid my army out. I think I had one unit in reserve, my Inceptors, but I had the rest of the army on the board. Anchored the line with the 2 tanks. Had my 2 Brutalis Dreadnoughts in the center, and a sort of sprinkling of my units across the board. And one thing I discovered that makes your army look so much bigger is when you lay out all of the data sheets behind them. It's like killer. It's just like it just makes it look so imposing, which was super helpful. Jeff probably had about half of his army on the board, the other half sort of coming in from reserve. But he had his Thunderwolf cavalry. He's Lord on Thunderwolf, sort of up front and center. He had a few units that he's still working on, which is cool. But yeah, his Thunderwolves looked fantastic on the board. I managed to take down 3 of them with shooting before they got in my first turn, which was really nice. So my Repulsor Executioner and my Centurions and some others took some caused some nice carnage on them.
Yeah, it's a lot of shooting.
Yeah, for sure it was. But in this one, he actually managed to sneak just within grenade range, use the grenade stratagem, and took 4 mortal wounds on my Brutalis Dreadnought there. Before they charged on and killed 8 of my 10 intercessors. So that was a pretty brutal moment there. But
Yeah, the biggest problem I see here is that Brutalis just like murdering everything it's near.
yeah, that particular one was heading towards the first unit of heavy intercessors that he had holding an objective. But the wolves here found themselves in a spot of bother because I have some, and in the background there behind the pipe is a squad of assault intercessors led by a chaplain. And those assault intercessors pump out a lot of attacks. I didn't quite realize how many attacks they pump out. It's like 4 attacks per guy. And
Wow.
yeah, it was, and with a chaplain in there, they get +1 to wound. So I needed 4s to wound the Thunderwolves. So there's one. Oh, sorry. Just quickly, one point during the one of my dice rolls, the dice just ended up on its corner.
Impressive.
That's not
nice.
That's like not like mid roll. That's like 30 seconds after it had stopped rolling.
Wow.
Like,
how'd you resolve it? Just smack the table?
yeah, basically. Did a hit check. But
Nice.
yeah, it was crazy. And that's kind of at the point where we're about to call the game, I think. But,
it's pretty good. So it doesn't look like it looks like he's got 2. It looks like he's got 2 intercessors. Or are those your intercessors in the corner?
It might not be. No, we're about to call the game there. Yes. So I don't have it pictured, but this might have been the sort of the turn before that. So yeah, on this side, so this shot was taken by Amos Webb, AT Webb, who had he might be in the chat. I'm not sure. Jeff says so much shooting. But on his side of the board here, he had 2 units of heavy intercessors left and a Brutalis dreadnought that had taken out one of my Brutalis dreadnoughts. My interceptors, my Inceptors in the corner, which didn't do anything with their plasma guns. I just failed to wound with all of them. It was crazy. On the other end of the table, basically Jeff dropped the rest of his army behind my army. So it was like,
yeah, I see the Inceptors behind your guys.
Yeah, they're Jeff's Inceptors on that end of the table. So Jeff's Inceptors, his assault intercessors with jump packs, captain with jump pack, Terminators, Stormfang, and the Hounds of Morkai, and his Phobos librarian all dropped in behind me.
Oh man, that's a lot of stuff.
That's a rough day.
It was pretty rough, yeah. But thankfully, so originally I was originally planning to have my Blade Guard in drop pod, but I didn't have them painted, so I put the Blade Guard in my repulsor tank, which was fortunate because when all that stuff dropped behind me, I was able to move back with my repulsor and then get my guys out, get my Blade Guard out, so they could also pile in a lot of attacks. Ridiculous number of strength 5 -2 save attacks. But yeah, it was a situation where pretty much all of my dice rolling generally went really well for me. If it went poorly for me, it was on a fairly inconsequential roll. And Jeff's dice rolling was not quite as average as it could have been. But it was definitely a lot of fun, though. It was very cool to get the models on the table and be rolling a whole bunch of dice.
Nice.
So yeah, but we're excited to get some games in, or maybe a game. Maybe we do a doubles game at the show, which I think would be nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I think it probably makes sense if it's Dave and I versus Jeff and John. But I was also looking at the lists, and with me having 4 repulsors, John and I should not be on the same team, because then it's just going to be like 4 heavy tanks and a bunch of knights, and it's going to be a rough sled for anybody. That's just not going to be fun.
Just like any infantry.
But Jeff's list and my list are also very similar. We both want to be in close combat. We're both playing close combat armies. So probably makes the most sense if John and I are on different teams, and then Jeff and I are on different teams, which would mean that John and Jeff have to be on a team because there's only 4 of us. But we can figure that out once we get there. Like,
I will play
my
with anybody.
list is
I'm
pretty.
happy to.
Okay,
Yeah.
my list is just pretty. It's a good list down the middle, but like it's too similar to both yours and Jeff's that I was like, if we put both of us on one team, it's going to be just really bad. It's going to be rough sledding.
Yeah, there's a point sort of shortly after this where I fired my repulsor executioner, the heavy laser destroyer.
Yep.
At that Stormfang. I kind of turned a bunch of guys around. I got out my eradicators, so I had melter guns within 9 inches. I had the repulsor executioner, and then I had my Centurion Devastator squad there as well with the las cannons, all ready to shoot at the Stormfang. And the heavy laser destroyer fired at it, hit twice, wounded twice. Jeff failed both the saves. Actually, I don't know if it might not have got a save, but and then I rolled enough damage for it to.
Yeah, dude, the executioner is gross. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah. So then I was able to turn everything else against these Terminators. So that was a pretty grim situation.
What do you think was your MVP?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably Brutalis Dreadnought, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
There was one point where, like Jeff, this was Jeff's first game of 10th edition, and he was curious to see how Tank Shock worked. So when I charged my Brutalis in against a unit of these heavy intercessors, I did Tank Shock and killed 2 of them.
Mm.
Then the Brutalis has its Brutalis charge, which killed another guy,
yeah.
And then the Talons ripping and tearing killed the last 2.
Yeah, the Brutalis Dreadnought is it's gross. It's just it's an upscaled Leviathan for 40K is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, it was a lot of fun. And Jeff said it was like Apocalypse. No, I don't know if that's what the Apocalypse.
No.
Yeah. But he also said he spent way too much money at games and stuff. So
hey, you're supporting a local business.
Yep.
There you go.
Exactly. But no, it was good fun, definitely. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting on the table again. The next pick that I have here, actually, before we get to that, Trevor, have you had a chance to paint any minis recently?
I was trying to finish my Golden Demon entries, and then I got caught up finishing dice bags and things like that, so I never actually got to finish my unit entry for this year. But I will be entering a bust into Privateer Press Grandmaster.
Cool.
He actually, back home in Alaska, we have a local store that does we set up a hobby night every Tuesday night. So that's the one downtime that I have, is to go to Tuesday night hobby nights and sit there and paint.
Cool.
So
what squad were you working on?
I was working on a AOS Beastman.
Okay.
Nice.
I brought the one main guy down with me so that I can finish him up, hopefully, but he's not going to get done, unfortunately, for this year. When you guys get here, I can show you work in progress photos. It's on a nice little rocky outcrop base with some rib bone sticking up behind them, and some like treasures that they've kept from their. Yeah, it was going to be a cool little unit. It just not enough time and way too many bags.
Well, that's good, I guess.
It is good. It's just
good. Yeah,
tearing my arm apart.
Right. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, Jez will probably be able to attest to that as well. But next up, I have some dice to show. Sweet. So these ones are our initial sort of quick run prototype. My buddy Thomas did these. Thomas has been doing dice for Gaslands, doing Gasland skid dice for ages. And he gets these dice just as the black cubes, and you can etch sort of anything on them. Nice. But yeah, these are a nice sort of light gray text on there. he did a deeper etch for the little YouTube play symbol, and I got to do a lot of what do you call it? My mind's gone blank. A lot of color fill in there, so squeeze in some paint, squeegee it off.
Yeah,
let it dry,
it stays in the recessed part and
yeah,
on the raised. Yeah,
squeeze it off.
So you painted all the YouTube symbols?
Yeah. Well, after doing that infill and letting all that dry, then came along with like some white paint and painted all of the little arrows.
That's right, folks. That's right, folks. For all of us that are worried about like finishing projects, in addition to painting 3 times the rest of us, Dave also had time to hand paint dice.
Yeah.
Really? So those are recessed. They almost look like they're screen printed on there, like they're flat.
All the numbers are all and the letters are all etched.
Oh,
like just
but that side is recessed or whatever.
But the YouTube symbol is the only one.
Yeah, if you look to the left, the one that's right, the one that's sort of like the first one up on the left above the 4, you can see the YouTube, the red rectangle is recessed.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, neat.
And then I went and put like a gloss varnish over each of those. But so we'll have a bunch of those at the show that we'll be giving away to the folks who come up and say hi.
We have those. We've got some stickers. So anybody who comes and finds us, we'll give you a die and a sticker.
Yep. Excellent. Just says, it's 20 minutes to midnight here, and I'm still tooling leather. So it definitely feels Trevor. So you've got those dice. Let me click back on there. So yeah, we're excited about that. We'll have plenty of stuff. Hot tips for Instagram. So definitely go and check out Colty. This is Carrie, who's part of the Iron Sleet crew. But Colty's been doing a load of old hammer painting and also sort of more middle hammer stuff like this. Very cool Dark Elf Sorceress that he's been working on. So if anybody's getting excited about Warhammer the Old World, this is definitely a great sort of account to go and check out some old Warhammer minis, which are super fun.
I've always liked that Dark Elf Sorcerer. She's really cool. Very iconic.
Yeah, definitely. And
was
I love
Mark Gibbons that did the original art piece that one was kind of based on?
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
Yeah. Really cool one. And
I'm pretty sure this is a Chris Fitzpatrick sculpt. It's got that kind of face to it.
Yeah.
What's his face?
Yeah, really cool. That's a great model.
Yeah. But definitely good. So Colty's or Kari's account is linked in the notes below. So you can go and check those out. And also I picked Minia Textures that's Jacob Rune Nielsen, who used to be part of the heavy metal team back during the sort of the Middle Hammer phase. Just recently, he's been doing a lot of posts on sort of step by step of his fantastic, very Blanchitsu piece that he entered. Oh, when did he enter that? I can't remember which Golden Demon that went into, but
the Centaur.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I've definitely seen it before. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful piece.
I definitely had that Chaos Warrior.
Right. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, Jacob's painting's always been fantastic. So definitely sort of
for sure
along and check out his account, which is again linked.
I love off to the right. He's got like some Elven Spearman, and then next to them he's got Lothern Seaguard. I was talking to some kid who's thinking about getting back into Old Hammer, like now that Old World's back out, and we were talking about elves, and I was like, Lothern Seaguard were disgusting, and he's like, what do you mean? I was like they're the Space Marines of the Old World. Like it's like, oh, I need spearmen. Oh, we're spearmen. We need bows and arrows. Yeah, we got that too. We need to be fighting close combat with swords and shields. Like, yep, got you covered. Like they just have all of it. Like they are gross.
Yep. Yeah.
They're pretty good in the Old World too.
They're good.
Yeah, they're pretty solid.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Definitely cool. So head along, check those out. Next up, we are jumping into the meat and potatoes of the show, where we're up to with things. So this month was going to be my fast attack month, my speedy month, where I was doing 9 of these outriders. So these are the outrider conversion bits here from a maker called, it has an Instagram account called Scriv Paints. So Scriv_paints. He put these, he designed these for himself and then put them up on My Mini Factory, I think, for free. So you can download those and make your own.
Those are very cool.
Yeah.
Did he make the bike parts or the lightning bolt parts?
He made the bike parts.
Okay.
So yeah.
Are the marine legs part of the bike?
Yeah, basically it's everything from the regular outrider bike, but remove the wheels and replace them with
I see.
the front panels and the
extra bits. Okay, cool.
Suspensor plates, and there's a like a big jet at the back.
It almost makes them look like the Voton bikes.
Yeah,
in a way, for sure.
And it's got the
they can make cool Necromunda bikes too.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, great Bensai sort of things. But yeah, definitely. All of the suspensor plates are very similar to the ones from the vehicles. The only downside of doing these is that the ATVs don't really fit in with the jet bike kind of look. So I've got to work out what to do for
just run it. Just run an old school land speeder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look. There must be some still floating around, right?
Oh, dude, I'm sure I have like a bunch I can send you.
A land speeder? Yeah, I can
Probably
bring
have an
one
old
with me.
metal one.
Yeah, I think everybody on the stream right now probably has 3 or 4 of them somewhere.
I know.
Awesome. That's that could be the way to go. But yeah, the little sort of lightning bits, the energy nodes underneath are from Epic Pacing, I think. So downloaded. Just says there'd be excellent bikes for Abites.
Oh yeah. Good call.
Shred. Yep. Definitely have that.
That'd be sweet. It's a good idea.
But yeah. But speaking of land speeders, painted up one of the new storm speeders.
Nice.
Those are cool.
So
I like the streaks you did on the front end. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of that sort of matches with my the tanks that I did. So I've got that sort of, they're moving so fast that little bits of debris will cause scratches down the side. This was a lot of fun to sort of work out how I was going to paint it, like, was I going to fully assemble it and then do the painting or what? But the top panel lifts off. So let me bring. There we go. So yeah, this section here along this line, and then down the 2 bars on the side, the center column, I guess, and that can all be left separate for painting. So you can still get in and paint the crew.
Nice.
In there, and all that sort of thing, and then paint the screens and the switches and the buttons.
It's a good thing Space Marine helmets have sound baffles, because they would all be deaf.
Oh yeah,
like the guy in the middle with rockets, like right here, and then the 2 drivers, the rockets are like right over their heads. They would all be deaf.
Yeah. Well, the one that has the sort of all the it has like the what do you call it, the Onslaught Gatling cannon at the front that has like twin heavy stubbers right next to the guy's ears.
Oh yeah.
It's that same thing.
Nice.
But
they have superhuman eardrums.
Yeah, exactly. But so yeah, that's get those two done. So the tough part for me is that I wanted to do 2 of these, but I wasn't able to buy a second one until Saturday.
So you have plenty of time. I'm sure it'll be done in time for AdeptiCon.
No.
If it was anybody else, I'd be like, no, but this is Dave Taylor's powers we're talking about.
I know.
Well, the other thing that slowed me down and kind of really put a dent in my my painting for these was that, so I had my 3 drop pods. They're all assembled and ready to be painted. They're not painted though, and my second lance reader isn't painted, and my chaplain on bike isn't painted, even though I've done the base for him. He's on his sort of thing, but I can't find my the only airbrush that I can find is one that needs to be serviced.
Well, you'll be able to pick up a new one at Adepticon.
That's my plan. But also, the paint that I've been using to paint everything gray has been the Pro Acryl neutral gray. I ran out of it, and Monument Hobbies are out of it at the moment as well. So,
what color is it?
Yeah, I couldn't order
it.
Pro Acryl neutral gray.
Neutral gray, yeah.
Straight neutral gray.
Straight neutral.
Dark neutral gray. Oh, look. I'll see if I got it. If I got it, I'll bring you one.
Cool.
I'm sure they'll have. Oh, they don't have it at the show either. You said.
I'm not sure if they will have it, but
Okay.
when I was at games and stuff, it was basically like, hey, we've got the I just got an order in. Basically, got all of a restock of all of the Pro Acryl paints except for neutral gray. I was like, let me try it with uniform gray.
Matt said he might have it too. Yeah, we can check at the show. I bet you Jason has like a secret stash that he's bringing.
But we'll see. But I tried uniform gray, and at the same time as well, I ran out of light gray from Vallejo, which has been impossible to get Vallejo restocks anywhere. But it was just like, okay, so I had to get 2 paints that were close, and then neither of them worked exactly the same way. So it just
Dave, looking at this model, which color is like the nose?
Oh, that's Deep Sea Ben. I have that.
And then what color is like the body?
Neutral gray.
Okay, that's the neutral gray. Okay.
Yeah. So I was able to get this sprayed and my bike sprayed, but I ran out at that point. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, the good news is the chaplain is black. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's
true. But I'm not sending any of these guys to the show. I'll have them. Hopefully, have them all finished by next month, by the final episode of Tale of Four Warlords. But yeah, just
unbelievable. By the final episode, Dave's gonna have like 8,000 points of this chapter. Do you have a whole chapter?
No, it's definitely not a whole chapter.
It must be close.
No, it might be close to a company. No, it's over a company's worth of money.
I was like, it's at least 2 companies.
Nah. It's a lot, but it's not that much. But yeah, so just quickly so it did put a bit of a crimp in my painting mojo, and I was just like, okay, I just need to step back. I painted a lot of gray over the last 6 months. I need to step back and just breathe deep and try mess around with something else. So I got stuck in and was working on my Cities of Sigmar.
Dude, that guy is great.
Cool.
So I love how ridiculous it is. It's like, so we're gonna have an ogre who's like carrying the top end of a pirate ship on his back, and there'll be a guy in there, and you're like, what? It's like, it's fine. He can carry it around. That makes sense.
He's an ogre.
Yeah. And then we'll give him the biggest shield imaginable, and make sure it's made out of like thick, heavy wood.
That is a true tower shield.
But I painted.
I like your shield design a lot, though. They're cool. I love that diamond is like a device across all their stuff. It looks really sharp.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely good. I painted the shield at PAX Unplugged, and then the guy, I messed around with some of the silvers there, but he was basically unpainted for 3 months, so 3 or 4 months. So it's just nice to be able to get back to working on them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And using
Something
some
that
colors.
isn't gray.
Not gray. Say again, Trevor?
Something that isn't gray.
Yeah, something that's gray. Exactly.
He's like, I'm gonna paint something not gray. I got it. Yellow.
Yellow.
Gray is my favorite color, but it was nice to to have a bit of a change. It was like, okay, I'm gonna have to jump through a lot of hoops to get all of this done, or I can just take a break. I can give myself a week off from painting gray.
Yeah, I love how Dave's my idea of taking a break is like, I'm not gonna paint any Space Marines this week. I'm gonna go play video games or read a book or whatever. And Dave's like, I'm gonna give myself a break and paint a different army.
Yeah.
guys, it's totally different. I'm gonna paint a different rule set. It's totally fine.
Completely
It
different.
doesn't count. Different timeline. You don't have to worry about it.
Does this guy have a rebreather? No.
There could absolutely be one in his backpack. He's carrying a ton of stuff. I don't know what he has in there.
This is true. But no, I did that and assembled some other models. So it was
how much bigger is he than like the Bulgrins?
He's probably a little bit taller, but not too much taller than the Bulgrins. But he's skinnier.
Yeah, I had when I saw that model with that tower shield, I was like, man, they'd be really cool Bulgrins if you could like get a couple of them and like convert them up, like have them look like they're from like a Death World or a Feral World. I just thought it'd be really neat. But again, like that's why I was like, I don't know what they would look like side by side. I don't know how weird that would look.
Yeah, I don't have any Bulgrins handy, sorry. But yeah. But they are nice. I'm having fun with them. And then I'm working on some of the cavalry as well.
Yeah, their knights are awesome.
Yeah, their knights are really cool. I like them.
Yeah. A lot of great stuff.
Love that the cities of Sigmar are so colorful.
Yeah.
Just throw 14 different paints at it, and cities of Sigmar makes sense.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're like it's the Empire all over again. They're like, how do we pack as many colors as possible into this faction?
Yeah. It's one of the things I love. Like this guy he's got a whole bunch of like little purity seal kind of things there and up on the. But it's like, I'm going to do some of them red. Why are they red, Dave?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why not? Varieties of spice.
I didn't put them on there. Somebody else did.
Nice.
But yeah. No, they're cool. Anyway, so that's me. That's where mine's at. I think the plan will be to have for next month the final shows to have my drop pods done, the second storm speeder, the chaplain on bike, a few other characters.
The entire 4th company, finish up the 1st company, maybe add some scout squads for the 10th company.
No, not quite. But anyway, next up, Jake. You're next up. So.
Yeah, this will be way faster. So I didn't get a bunch of stuff painted. So these are my tanks. It was super nice 2 weeks ago. It's been kind of cold in New England, like which is pretty standard this time of year. It's usually like 40, and it's been like rainy. And I'm like, oh man, if we don't get a nice day, I'm never gonna get these tanks primed. So it was before I left for Gamma. So I think this was either Wednesday after the last show or it was Sunday, and it was gorgeous out. It was like 68. So I was like, cool, grabbed a bunch of cardboard boxes, went outside, set these up in my driveway. So the far right is my Death Company repulsor. And so I sprayed that flat black from Army Painter, kept flipping it over, made sure I got all the angles. The middle box is my 2 regular repulsors and my executioner. And those are all going to be like line troops that are in there for the most part. So I basically hit them almost completely with Mephiston Red from GW. And then once they were done, I stood them up and dusted them from the top with Army Painter's Pure Red, which is a shade up. And then I hung them off the edge of the box and sprayed all their gun barrels and mantlings, chaos the flat black again. just to save me some time. And then on the left, that's all their bases. So I do snow bases for this army. So I basically paint them all. I think it's the Fang, and then I go back and I do like white, and I put like Valhalla Blizzard and like tufts of grass and stuff. But I was like, rather than waste a bottle of the Fang paint, I'll just spray them the Fang.
Right.
Because those things are like pizza plates. They're like this big.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna spray them. That's fine. Like they'll just be done.
Then we look all good. Yeah. No, they look fine. Yeah, they look good. This is them up close.
Yeah. So you can't really see it in the sun, but the one, like I said, the one on the left is just all black. The one on the right, the other three, they have been dusted with pure red, which can't really see it in this. And like I said, I just did the weapons. So I love the Executioner. It is so cool looking. And for the longest time, I was like, why wouldn't you just make it one kit? And you probably could, but like it has a different, like the back half of the chassis is different. And then the turret is completely different. But it's like if you look at the one on the left, see how it has those two circle sponsons on the sides?
Yep.
The Executioner doesn't have those. So like the back half of the Executioner doesn't have those. It has them built into the turret. But so that whole piece is different. So I was like, so it's not just a different turret, it's a different chassis piece plus the turret. So who knows? At some point it'll probably just be one kit, but they were really fun to build. But if I never have to build any more of those stupid like grav water ski things, like
you were complaining about that earlier.
Oh, they're like each one of them is like 2 or 3 pieces, and there's no reason for it.
I will say,
my nemesis are the struts on the Necromunda Hab units. There are so many freaking parts to those struts; it drives me insane. I had to build like 30 of them for Adepticon. It was crazy.
Excellent. I was going to say on the land speeder, the storm speeder, they're a lot easier. They're way fewer parts. So.
Yeah, each one of those water skis is 3 parts, and then they give you how many is there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. There's 5 on each side in the front, and then there's 2 on each side in the back, and then there's 3 on the front in the middle, and they're not the same. So you have to be like, okay, so these ones go on the left side, these ones go on the right side, and you got to put them in the right order. So after I did the first one, I was like, okay, I got it. So then once I had it down, it was easy, but I was just like, there's too many of these stupid things.
Awesome. But the next shot I've got here is of some infantry.
Oh yeah, so this was last week before I went to Gamma. I finished the squad in the back, the 10 assault intercessors. That's my second squad. They're basically completely done. The only thing I didn't do is I haven't put their transfers on, and I didn't matte seal them, but they're done. And then the 2 guys on the right, those are my lieutenants that are converted, and then the Death Company. Believe it or not, that's 4 layers of paint on those the Death Company. So I dry brushed them with Incubi Darkness, I think. Yeah, I dry brushed them with Incubi, and then I washed them with Null Oil, and then I dry brushed them with Incubi, and then picked out the very edges with Thunderhawk, and then washed them with Null Oil again, and then went back one more time, picked it out just the very edges with Thunderhawk again, and then washed them with Null Oil. So they look really dark. I don't like when people highlight black models with like white and like edging. It always looks weird to me. I'm like, it's black. It shouldn't look like that. So by doing this, it was a cool way to give them some built-in like layers and highlights without having them look a different color, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
And then Dave, I don't know if you have the newest one I sent you today.
No,
I emailed it to you after you asked for it. So, thinking I had 5 days to finish this army, I basically got home from Gamma. I was like, nice, this will be great. I got to basically knock out these tanks, and I got to try to finish my infantry. And then our friend Alice is driving out to the show, and she was like, oh, I'll transport your armies if you want. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, that'll be great. Like, when are you leaving? She was like, oh, I leave on Tuesday morning. I was like, awesome. Like, can I drop them off to you Monday night? And she's like, oh, I'm going to be in town on Friday night. So I'll just pick them up from the store. And I was like, cool. So I like packed up everything except for basically the Death Company and the lieutenants. And I was like, I'm going to try to knock these guys out. So the Death Company are almost done. Their faces are done. Their weapons are done. I did their chest eagles and tons of washes. The only thing it's not done is I didn't base them. And again, they also need transfers, but at least those guys I can like stick in a box and put them in my suitcase. And then once I get there, I'll add them to my transport. But I was like, no, I thought I had 5 more days.
Well, quick tip, Jake. Just like one highlight, one wash, save you a lot of time. You could have painted.
I find that if I do successive washes, I can like change the tones, which I like. So
I get why you did it, and I'm not knocking it. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, if I like my only saving grace right now is that technically everything is tournament legal, which is there's at least 3 colors on every single model I'm bringing. But you know, for people at home that see how fast Dave paints and get bummed out, like it happens to all of us, man. Like I did not finish in time for AdeptiCon. I think I'll have everything done for the last episode of Tale of 4 Warlords, but I was really bummed out I didn't get everything done for AdeptiCon.
No, it's all fine.
Yeah, seriously.
I think the only faster painter than Dave is Wapple.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm willing to give James a break because he also does a lot of like freehand shield work and all his insane detail that he does.
Fair, yeah.
James is definitely faster than me, without a doubt. But
I don't know. I think Dave. I think you could get an army done quicker. Like I don't know anybody that can get an army done quicker.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Next up, we've got John.
Oh, hey, I got some of my stuff. Yeah, so I got everything airbrushed. I got everything oil washed. I am still painting, as you can tell, as I am currently doing that.
Yep.
But I just finished the last blacking out of all these little armor plate things that I had. So now I can airbrush those, and then I can glue all the plates on, and then, well, I got to oil wash them, and then I get to glue them on. So that's kind of the last little bit that I have to do to get everything ready for Adepticon to be playable.
Cool.
Yeah, those last 4 dudes.
John, how close are you to Adepticon?
I'm 6 hours away. So unfortunately, I have to spend a big chunk of tomorrow driving.
Yeah.
And packing my car. I got a ton of stuff I have to prepare for. So I have pretty much told myself that I'm going to give myself 2 more hours to work on this army after this call. And then I'm calling it quits. And then I'm moving on to other stuff.
John is also the event organizer for all the Necromunda stuff at
and I got stuff to do for that.
If you're playing in
I'm
Necromunda,
painting Lady Credo.
Oh, nice.
And Lady Hera.
Nice.
I mean,
The ladies.
Hang on, he's gonna go back. Show him again.
Oh, okay. I don't know if this camera sucks. I don't think you guys are gonna be. It's so dark, dude. I don't think it's gonna work out very well. I will take good pictures of them and post them in on the page.
Nice.
Okay, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Build, paint, and play.
Excellent.
So yeah, everything's going along at pretty good pace.
I think this guy's
I just
my
snapped
favorite.
all these. Yeah, he's kind of my favorite too. I think the post turned out pretty cool, and I like the crazy eyeball thing.
Yeah, the Cyclops eye I really like.
Yeah, he's just a big brute, and I'm just gonna throw him at people. Essentially, he might even get like an upgrade where he can deep strike and just like show up and attack people. I'll be real aggressive with him probably.
I love
What's the name of your house again?
What is it? It is the one that goes with Furians. It is Perdaxia, I think. Oh boy, you're putting me to the test. Now I got to look it up.
Yeah, no worries. You don't have to. It's all good. Dan Wood was asking if they were Hawkshroud. No, they're not Hawkshroud.
They're not Hawkshroud. No, they're. I'm going to use the Imperial Knight rules for them. But like thematically, I'm also going to use them in 30K, and I didn't really like the flame motif of the Legio Furians and whatever their knightly house is. It begins with a P. I can't remember it. I think it's Perdaxia. So yeah, I kind of left that out, and I'm doing like a different kind of Greco-Roman kind of theme with monsters and stuff that I've talked about previously.
Yeah.
They look super cool.
It is looking great.
Yeah, I'm excited to wrap them all up. They're it's been a fun project to work on these big things, but I'm ready to move on to something different. I think for a while that'd be good. Old world stuff and Necromunda probably.
You've had it just like I've had enough gray. You've had enough yellow.
Yeah, well, it's been a fun. I tried some different colors and techniques and paints and stuff to do the yellow, and it's been fun to experiment with that. And I like the results quite a bit. But yeah, I'm ready to do some other colors. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is like the leader dude. And so what I'm doing with that eyeball, it's really big. It's probably maybe 1/4 of an inch in diameter.
Okay.
And I've kind of drawn a little
barrel aperture.
Yeah, it's really big. It's a honking lens, and it's large enough that I can do a little bit of freehand cool stuff in there. So I painted like a little bit of a horizon line in there, and I'm going to try to paint a burning cityscape in his eye, like reflected in the eye.
Oh, nice!
Wow,
that is my goal, and to see if I can do that. So that's the start of that part of it. And then I'm just going to do a lot of quartering. I think the other thing I have to decide on some of these guys is that once I get the armor panels on them, I will probably try to pick out some areas on their big carapace that to make them stand out a little bit, so they're not quite so samey. So I might do like some stripes or some other decals or something, I guess, to make them look a little bit unique but still cohesive, I guess.
You could do some cool freehand. Like one of my cheats that I tell everybody about is go to Michael's, get some 0.05 micron pens.
Oh yeah, dude, those are awesome.
And you could do some really cool like freehand like script work. Like you could fill up a whole panel, like and make it look like script on there. Like there's so much real estate to play with on these models.
Yeah, they're freaking huge. So it's so I think that like for me, my goal at this point is just to finish like the basics of everything and then just use the rest of my time over the next month to just do all the cool details and stuff. So a big part of that is hand drawing some decals, which I'm going to talk to Death Ray Designs at the show because they're going to make some cool decals for me.
Cool.
And yeah, I think that's the plan for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, they look great.
Oh, and there's a couple of the armature.
Yeah, little guys. I like how the caution stripes and stuff are turning out. So those two go with the other big guy with the power fist with the stripes on it.
Yeah,
they're like his I can't remember what they're called. Like the little
his squires.
Squires.
Yeah. Nice. They look great.
Well, thank you.
Those are super cool.
Yeah.
Well, get ready to shoot at them because they're coming for you.
Unless we're on the same side.
That's possible. That is. Well, you'll probably still shoot at me anyway.
Well, here's the potential, Jake. Is I can run with a completely different list and have like no dreadnoughts and no vehicles in it. We just go all dudes.
Yeah, I mean, and if you do that, then I would say put me and Jeff together.
Yeah, we could do it that way. We'll have to see.
Whatever you want to play, Dave. Like like whatever. You have so much stuff to choose from. Like put out whatever you want to try out.
John, you know what we should do? Since Dave's bringing his tote, it should be you, me, and Jeff against Dave's like 2 chapters.
Dave's tote.
Ooh, there you go.
Against the tote.
Yeah, like who knows?
You got 6,000 points in there, Dave?
Possibly.
What? Yeah. See what I mean?
There we go.
We're going to need all 3 of us to be his tote full of guys.
I'm not sure. I know. We'll see. Anyway, moving right along. So even though Jeff is currently hauling us on the on I-80 through Northwest Ohio, hopefully he's made it towards Indiana by now. But so these are some of his jump pack intercessors that he sent me. I think the guy on the right there is his captain with jump pack. The 2
kind of looks like Jeff.
Yeah,
it does kind of look like Jeff.
If Jeff had a bionic eye.
Yeah, well, you know,
it's just a cool eye patch.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But the 2 in the middle are I think those 2 are twins who are Frecky and Gary.
Nice. Odin's Ravens.
I was gonna say Lehman Russ's Wolves, but
you're right. Yeah, it's Hooten and Moonin are the two Ravens.
Yep.
What's the name of the Beastmaster's ferrets? You know that?
Kodo and Poto.
Oh, you do. Kudos.
I was gonna say Snap, Crackle, and Pop. No? Okay.
I wish there were 3 of them. That'd be sweet.
Where did he get those helmets?
He got those from the UK. This I can't remember the name of the company, but it's the same one that he ordered a whole bunch of bits from. So like the shoulder pads, you can see there. Like,
yeah, those are great.
He's got some extra gubbins on there.
The way he painted those the triangle patterns, they make the jet engines look like they're bulbous. Like it's so cool the way that they're painted like
That's
that.
a great detail. Yeah, I really like how that looks. It looks freaking cool.
Yeah.
So are these like the elite unit of like jump pack dudes? Are they all characters, or I didn't catch that?
No, these are I think it's 3 assault intercessors with jump packs are on the left there, and his captain with jump pack on the right.
Got it.
So captain with jump pack on the right has a power weapon. The guy with the blue spear, and the green hair I think that's also a power weapon. I think that's his sergeant. I could be wrong. And then the other guys are sort of regular. They've got the spears, but they count as Astartes chainswords, which, as we found out during the game, when you charge with a unit of 10 guys with Astartes chainswords, it's a lot of dice to roll.
Yeah, dude, it's brutal. Like it is crazy. Like I was talking to some kid, and he was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do if you run into like a dreadnought, or what are you gonna do if you run into whatever?" And I was like, "I'm gonna throw my death company at it." And he's like, "Really?" I was like, it's each one of them is going to get 5 attacks on the charge at +1 strength, and they get, they have the black rage and mortal wounds, and it's dumb. It's just like you just get buried under a pile of dice.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Jeff's saying, it says the totem, but that's autocorrect. He means the tote in the back of the truck. Yes, that tote. But Jeff also says my actual eyes don't match either. He has one brown eye and one blue eye.
No, that's why he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. But yeah, they look great. But yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff there, Jeff. Looking awesome.
Yeah, those are really cool.
And then next up,
dope.
We have our awesome Warlord sponsor, our Tale of 4 Warlord series sponsor.
This is Trevor's army, right? It's just he's just running dice bags.
I'm just running dice bags.
Just coming at us.
They count as line troops, I believe.
You roll so many dice.
The dice bags in the Golden Demon.
Yep. The best part is that Necron dice bag. If you kill it, it comes back.
It does.
With more dice inside.
These are so great.
Yeah, they're super cool.
So yeah, definitely. So in the links below, there's a link to Trevor's Etsy store. There's also a link to right down the bottom to his Instagram page. So you can go and follow along there and check those out, which would be super cool. Dan Wood saying, where can I get that Sons of Horus dice bag? Well,
send us a message.
Send him a message. He will be too happy to help. Jason says, "Cry havoc and let slip the bags of war." Absolutely awesome. So yeah, we're all very stoked at the moment. So this is my dice bag to go with my army. Very excited with
those are incredible.
Looking beautiful there. So I love that the star is metal. And the sort of the comet tail is fun.
The comet, the trail, the tail.
Yeah, is tooled and painted on the leather. So
that's cool.
I'm really excited about this one. Let's remind. So what was the most fun with this piece, this particular piece?
Most fun for this one was probably the weathering of it.
Cool.
Making it all battle scratched up and damaged and weathered and stuff. And I mean, it's unfortunately it's a fairly basic design. It's just kind of a comet tail, a flamey comet tail with a star. So trying to elevate that to something of more interest it had to come in with the painting.
Cool. Yep. I hear you tell me I'm boring. I get it.
No, How many dice bags have I made for you?
This will be the 4th one.
Yeah,
So,
anything but boring.
yeah, I guess the Tanith one with that has the camo leather.
Yeah,
would have been the most crazy.
That one has sparked all sorts of people wanting it.
Yeah, nice. That's good. But yeah. Jez is asking, are they nice solid veg tan on the bottom half?
The bottom half is a European veg tan, yeah.
Cool.
It's a 6-7 ounce veg tan leather. And then the top half is chrome tan or oil tan, depending on the color leather that is wanted.
Cool. But yeah. Jez has asked what size are they? I don't have one close to me, but what's the like the round? What's the base?
The diameter is 4 1/4 round.
Okay.
And then they're 7.5 to 7 3/4 tall.
Cool.
They fit 432 12 millimeter dice or 216 millimeter dice.
Right. So plenty of dice fitting.
Plenty of dice.
That's great. And next one we've got is
dude, it looks so good. I love it.
Flesh Eaters. That one was fun. That one was really fun to do.
Yeah.
Almost with all the Blood Angels or Flesh Eaters or not Word Bears, but World Eaters, just being able to do that kind of blood splatter is just so much fun.
Yeah, they look great. They're one of my favorites. It always blows me when people are like, I've never heard of them. I'm like, they've been around since Rogue Trader. They're one of the original 12 chapters that are shown off. And they retconned them in, I think, 2nd edition. They retconned them to be like a successor. But yeah, they're one of my favorites. I've always liked them.
Yeah. No, this one looks wild.
It looks so good.
Very cool.
The all the weathering and the blood splatter. The blood splatter is so good. I'm really happy you did the checks up the top. The red and white checks are awesome.
Yeah. No, they really played up against that symbol up back there. I mean, when it was all nice and pristine, not weathered, not blood splattered, it kind of looked like a cartoon pizza box.
Right.
But once the weathering got on there and the blood splatter, it really toned everything nicely.
It's so good.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Brilliant. That's great. And Jeff's wolf spear.
Well, his wolf spears.
Yeah.
Honestly, the wolf spears, the symbol alone is probably one of my favorite Space Wolf symbols. It's just so uniquely different to anything else that they have.
Yeah.
And then their markings it's not just a checker or it's not just a stripe. It's 2 different tones, not just red or not just yellow.
Yeah.
And they kind of, instead of having purity seals like a lot of the other Space Marine chapters, I can add teeth. Those are canine teeth, and I think it's a bone shaped like a tooth. Then I drilled out an antler and attached that and painted some runes on that.
Dude, these are so good. I like how you did the runes and you mirrored the way that Jeff painted his, so they're like that blue and white glowing kind of look.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
I think
Trevor, I think that's the coolest thing about your stuff is that you put so much effort and attention into all the little details that when somebody sees this and Jeff's army, they're gonna be like, holy shit, you're that's the same as your army, which I mean that's the whole idea, right? But it's so crazy. I
got tired of Crown Royal making money off of dice bags.
Right.
I mean, technically people are just buying Crown Royal and using the bag, but
no, you're buying a dice bag and you get free alcohol. That's what the problem is.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's not great alcohol. But no, I really did want to start. I mean, you see these people put so much effort into their armies and stuff like that, and then for them just to show up with a sack of dice and something that doesn't go with their army at all. This was able to be done mainly because I had to pivot fairly quickly. All our shows literally got canceled for 3 years, and then I just started combining all of my talents. I mean, all of the leather work, the tooling, the stitching, bone work, metal work, it all just kind of accumulated into these bags. And slowly over the last 3 years, if you go way, way, way deep down into the Instagram feed, you can see some of the very first ones we did, and they were fairly plain. They were just kind of tooled leather and dyed and then stitched together. And then you started seeing the metal work come in, and then you started seeing the painting come in, and then you started seeing the weathering come in. So there's almost different seasons or categories of how they are now.
Yeah. Just quickly, Jeff says, at our hotel, see everyone soon. Very cool. Yep, we'll see you tomorrow, Jeff.
Nice.
Dan Wood says, that Sons of Horus dice bag led to an instant Instagram follow. That Scott says, hey, not another unkind word about Cryon Royal. You best heap some respect on that name. It says, buy nice leathery dice bags and leather workers get to buy nice booze.
Yes.
For sure.
Excellent. And Matt, so you could either you can head to the Trevor's Etsy store link in the notes below, or check him out on Instagram and message him through there.
Yep.
That'd be sort of the two best ways to go. And then finally, so we're just going to show a work in progress of John's bag.
Oh yeah.
So
So good.
That one, Titan bags are fairly interesting because while they have heraldry and stuff, they don't have a lot of trinkets unless it's like War Dogs or Chaos Knights. So coming up with the Legio bag had to bring in some of the, so it just has a lot more tooling in it to it. It has all those symbols and stuff like that. And then the real effort comes in with the painting of that one, especially the gradation of color between the yellow to the orange.
It looks so good too. Oh my gosh. I wish we could show people, but
when you can feel it, I mean, especially that tooled leather, you can feel that, and that's in there permanently. I mean, you could bury it, and 100 years later, they'll find it, and it's still tooled in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm curious what archaeologists will say about them in 1,000 years.
They're filled with dice and little plastic pieces all around them.
Yeah, so the plastic's still going to be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. It'll be like, why did they have so many of these chance cubes? I don't know. But no, they look fantastic. But once again, Trevor, thank you very much for being our sponsor for this series.
No problem. It was a blast creating the dice bags. I mean, all the dice bags are uniquely different, but then creating the Flesh Terrors and this Legio bag, I mean, they're all fun in their own aspects. Like even the Necron bags are, the scarabs are actually magnetic, and there's 2 additional magnets in the base of the bag that you can actually attach them to.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly flick back. Oh, sorry, there we go. Also, the scarab.
Oh, yeah, I see. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so like that most recent Necron dice bag, that's actually it's a brass cutout, so that one was even more unique. I had to actually inset magnets into the back of the brass so that the scarabs could attach to it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool. So yeah, everybody definitely go and check out Trevor's account. Hit the following and contemplate getting yourself a cool bag. But yeah, as I said, this one will be my fourth bag. I don't know. Do you have is there a light switch handy to you? Oh,
there we go.
Now we can see.
I was like, we are slowly losing Trevor as the sun goes.
Yeah, I had to put a light
into the darkness. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so there we go. Now it is time for us to jump into our community minis. There we go. When they find those dice bags, they'll be amazed you only needed 1 bag's worth of dice to play. Marines will be 7 inches tall and each roll 85 dice on the charge.
Like I said, I mean, some of the dice bags, I really wish that I could enter them into Golden Demon, into the open competition, and see how they would fare.
Yeah, That would be cool to do that.
They're super cool.
Another competition.
I hope that you guys are nearly as impressed in person.
I mean, you're gonna get a bunch of orders because of it. Like I said, I'm gonna order some for some of my staffers, and I know that you're gonna get a bunch of orders because of it. Like Dan is gonna order one. Dan's gonna order that Sons of Horus bag as soon as we get off the stream, if he hasn't already.
And I know, I think like Jeff was telling me on the weekend what his the orders he's placing with.
Yeah, he wanted some more too. We want to talk about that after AdeptiCon.
Yeah, that's definitely
Nice.
great. Patrick is suggesting the winner of the 4 Warlords gets to keep the losers' dice bags as trophies.
No.
Dice bags for the dice throne.
Excellent. No, I don't think we'd do that. Fun as that might
Nope.
be to.
Yeah, I'm not giving up my bag. I mean, I don't plan on losing, but I'm also not giving up my bag.
So one of the cooler things that Baron, the reason why he does all those unique dice is that so that when you do lose to your opponent gets to keep one of your dice that goes with your army.
Right.
So you just accumulate different dice and stuff like that, and then hand out your own.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I like that. But yeah, beautiful. Okay, time for us to jump into community minis. So these are all from our Facebook page, which is Build Paint Play Community. So if you are listening and aren't a member, head on over, hit join group, and somebody will let you in, and then you can share with us your excellent work.
Yeah, and anybody who's watching, please like and comment on the actual stream. That helps like YouTube's metrics. Like the more likes and like comments we get, apparently like moves their algorithm or whatever.
Yep. Exactly. Here we go. Okay. First up, we've got some minis from Adam Weller.
I actually just saw this
wow.
mini.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Beautiful.
Like you saw the actual mini?
No. I just saw it on Instagram right before the show.
Right.
I love the snake.
Yeah. It does look fantastic, doesn't
The
it?
snake is super cool.
Adam's been doing some great work with lighting and volume. On his minis
I
recently.
love all the greens.
Yeah. There's a lot of that green gray going on. So of course I'm part of it. But beautiful work there, Adam.
Her hair is super cool. The skin tones are great.
This
looks like Bautista from like right out of Dune as the Beast Raban.
Beast Raban. Yep. A little bit slimmer, but yeah, definitely that face. This is so I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, Adam posted it was a corrupted priest. This is the male version, but they're both from the creature caster. But again, doing some wonderful work there. I love that the sort of the purple worked into the shadows.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I love the green to the purple. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really cool. The base is really great too. Really atmospheric.
Looking fantastic there.
I like his Xena Warrior Princess disc he's got going on.
Yep.
Or Chakram.
Chakram. Yep. It does look fantastic. That would be deadly. But no, looking fantastic. Beautiful work, Adam. And also Adam also posted this awesome Superman.
He's very Homelander with the gold mixed in.
Right. Yep.
Like the gold bracers and like the belt and like the blonde hair. Like he's very Homelander. Like, but it's phenomenal. Like his shadow work is super cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. I like the work on the emblems too. Like that's a really nice reflection in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
I think it's Adam's done a great job painting that. It's very cool bust as well. I love the way that the outfit is sort of the way it stretches across there. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
just,
the motion, the fabric motion.
Yeah, the fabric motion. That's great. Word for it. Thank you. Yeah, looks great. Beautiful work there, Adam. Keep posting.
That is really cool.
Next up, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, Jake's business partner at Alpha Omega Hobbies, has been painting up some
Nice.
Warlords.
So he did these like years ago. But
Okay,
he had so much fun working on them. He's really excited for the new Night Lords kill team.
Oh yeah.
Like they look phenomenal. So he can't wait to like add them to this. He's just a little bummed out because now they're gonna make these guys look really small.
Right.
Yeah.
You can just come back and like prop these up on some little bit of rubble.
Yeah.
He does it. Yeah, tactical rocks. Do a subtle job. They'll be similar heights. But yeah, I've been listening to the Night Lords trilogy from Aaron Dembski Bowden. I got about 2 hours left on Voidstalker, so I'm also excited about that kill team release.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how far.
What else is in the box? I can't remember. What's on the other side?
Oh, it's not.
Oh, I forget.
It's not the Eldar. It's.
Hang on, I'll look. Hang on.
Yeah.
Is it Scouts?
No, they were just in the last one with the Striking Scorpions.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what they came out of.
It's yeah. No, they look great. Excellent work, Ben. Matt Balls is Dark Eldar. Yeah, they are Dark Eldar.
Yeah, it's Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Mandrakes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're also very cool.
Shadows against scary Dark Eldar who strike from the shadows. Shadow Fest. Yep, absolutely correct. So this one here is from Bing Lee. This is another model for his Miners Guild for Guild Ball. So that bright yellow is
very cool.
Sort of construction equipment.
It's very like 40K, like, servitor.
Yeah.
It does have that feel, doesn't it? Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. And I love the grime that he's got on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beautiful work, Bing. Looks great. Looking forward to seeing the whole team soon. Next up, we have you know what I forgot to do?
This is Chris Duffy.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I forgot to go and put names on some of them. Oh my goodness! Hopefully we've got everybody. But yeah, Chris Duffy painted this Abaddon. I think on the he said, yeah, I'm just going to do some work on the base, and I said, yeah, it's almost like he's ready to let the galaxy burn.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he needs to drill out those barrels, though.
Yeah, otherwise he's not mowing anything down.
Nope.
I would also suggest that like a little dot of black paint will work just as well. Up to you, Chris, whichever way you're gonna go. But yeah, looking good.
That base is so elaborate. It's like another whole model.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easily. But no, looks great.
That is really good.
Next up, Chris Gork is painting up some more clone troopers.
Oh, nice.
Commander Cody and Captain Rex.
It's Captain Rex, right? Is Captain Rex the one with the blue and has the little things on his helmet?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Cody leads the other team, and he has the orange visor.
Right.
That white is so nice.
Yeah, his white's super sharp.
Yeah, those are super clean. They look great.
Yeah. I was gonna say is like Commander Rex is played by the guy that played Jango Fett.
Yeah, it's Timur Morrison. Timur Morrison.
Yeah, Timur Morrison.
It's the actor.
But aren't all the clones are played by him, right?
That's
correct.
True.
Yeah. But no, fantastic work, Chris. Thanks very much. Chris Kemig has posted some work. Basically, he got his armies finished for Adepticon.
Sweet.
Nice.
A lot of tanks.
He's taken along to the Legions Imperialis event.
Very cool.
So
4 Bane Blades, 6 Malkadors, 8 Lehman Russ Vanquishers, and then in the back he's got looks like 4 Lehman Russes.
Yep.
And then 2. What are those?
I think they're Valdor tank destroyers, and then there's the Infernus.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got 2 of the Infernus version with the little trailers behind them.
And then Solar Auxilla.
Solar Auxilia. Yeah.
I do love the Thunderbolt. Like that is I love that plane.
Yeah, that is a cool plane. Definitely. I like that blue tinge to the gray.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody saw the Warhammer Horus Heresy Facebook page today. Posted a link to their the article about the different sort of colors and heraldry and iconography of the Solar Auxilia.
I didn't.
No.
It's always nice when they make a little joke and sort of poke some fun at themselves. But it was come check out the many colors of the Solar Auxilia. We've got gray, dark gray, and light gray. So, of course, it was right up my alley. But Chris has also finished off. I think he's added some more models to his Imperial Fists.
Yeah. So this is the list I have to go against with my list.
Oh, nice. What are you taking? You're taking your
Yeah, I'm just running my Iron Warriors tank list. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's
the biggest things I have to worry about in this list, I mean, other than the 2 dreadnoughts, obviously, are the what are they? Breachers. It's the dudes with the shields and the thunderhammers.
Yeah.
Like those guys are gonna be a nightmare. And then behind them he has a whole squad of dudes with plasma guns, like, which is problematic.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the army, I mean, like it's good. He can still do wounds, but I'm not really worried about just like infantry squads with bolters. Like they're not my concern. It's gonna be those 2 squads in the back, the dreadnoughts and the Terminators, obviously.
And Chris is also suggesting melter bombs.
Yeah. Again, the nice thing I have going for me, in addition to having like 4 dreadnoughts, is that I've got because he's running infantry, I've got what's it called? It's the shrapnel guns. So
Yep.
every bolter and heavy bolter and pinto mounted bolter in my army has shrapnel rounds, which means that if I hit you, you make a leadership check, and if you fail it, you're pinned. Which is handy if you're running against infantry. So
yeah, for sure. But no, cool. All the best with that one.
It should be fun. I mean, Chris and I are good friends. Like I don't care what happens. It's just gonna be fun to hang out with him for a couple of hours and throw some dice. So
yeah, for sure. Great. Clive Mills recently moved and has finally got to set up his painting station again. This model.
Nice.
Is this one of the where's this from, Jake? Is this
I have no idea. I don't know what this is.
Huh.
But yeah, she looks great. That's cool.
It does look cool. I don't know what she's holding.
It's like jewels. Like maybe she's like a jewelry seller or something. Like it's a clutch of necklaces.
Could be.
I don't know.
That's my guess.
The base kind of gives me a feel like it's either Wizards or or from a board game. Could be a board game, maybe.
Yeah, it might be a board game figure.
But yeah, nice one.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks cool. I don't know what it's from.
But no, nice to must be nice to be back sitting at your painting desk, Clive. I know that if my painting desk was disrupted for any number of hours, I would be distressed. I need to be able to come here and sit down, as we discussed earlier in the show.
He would just pull a chair up to the dryer. Dave would just be painting on top of the dryer.
That's true. You can do that. Excellent. Dave Hummel posted a couple of his a couple of photos of his collection. So these are his all his dreadnoughts. You counting them now, Jake?
36. It's kind of insane.
Wow.
There's a lot of them with no arms, but
yeah.
Yep. This is Dave's jam. Dave's jam is collecting Space Marines and assembling Space Marines. So this is absolutely fine. But no, nice stuff. Nice stuff, Dave. And Dave also posted his this is his expanded first company. I think there are 180 Terminators in this picture. Oh, going back, he says there's a big pile of arms off to the right, just out of shot.
Nice.
So But again, yeah, loads of Terminators. And no doubt sort of a whole range of Terminators through the ages.
Yeah, I can see off to the right, that whole right-hand row is Cyclone missile launchers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great.
Yikes.
Awesome. But Dave's painting area looks a lot like my painting area. It's just that, I don't know if you see the top left, just off the side of the table. This is a Baneblade, an assembled Baneblade waiting to be painted. I don't have a Baneblade. I have a Macarius waiting to be painted just up on the shelf up there. But yeah, nice stuff. Thanks for sharing, Dave. He's got all the options for the Termies. Absolutely. John Steining has been painting some more for his sort of Renaissance army.
Oh, cool.
So
Look like the Empire guys.
Yeah, crossbowmen on the right and musketeers on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or handgunners,
Yeah, I love
I
the
guess.
contrast.
Yeah,
really popping.
Yeah, he's been painting these with speed paints. You can see the speed paints in the background just there. But yeah, I think the whole army, everybody's got that sort of magenta feather.
Mm-hmm.
Cap, and then everything else sort of gets mixed around the model, the purples, the blues, the greens, the yellows.
Yeah, I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
That's that magenta color I really like.
Yeah, it definitely looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something like you were talking about having it is that spot color on your knights. That
for the eyes and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. And I think all my plasma is that magenta.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just it is a fun thing to sort of throw in there, find a spot.
Yeah. Kind of unconventional color, and it just looks cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Right. And yeah, as Matt says, the plumes pull them all together. And John says it's a vivid pink speed paint.
Vivid pink. Nice.
Dude. Nice work, John. Looking good. Kelly posted some photos. This one is Iceman.
Correct.
Iceman. Look at me.
Nailed
I was gonna say Frozone, but
I was like, come on, Dave, you can get this right.
I can get it right. Yeah.
I wish you did say Frozone now.
I knew it was just
this is one of the founding X-Men, Frozone.
Oh yes, dude. I love that.
Awesome.
100%. I'm into it.
And Jess, it's cool.
Very.
But yeah, it definitely is. No, Kelly's done a great job there. I like the way that is sort of blended into the base as well with the snow texture.
Oh yeah.
Around the bottom there.
He did a great job. It is really hard to paint ice and have it not just come across as it's a blob of white or it's a blob of blue.
Yeah. Yep. No, he has done an excellent job there. Matt Paul says, "Where's my super suit?" But no, awesome work there, Kelly. Looks great. And Kelly also has been picking up some Shatterpoint. So
this is the Fear and Dead Men squad.
Right.
Are there multiples with Vader in it?
Or
just one?
There's two Vaders, but there's only one squad. So they make a like a scene piece that's called a dual kit, and it's Obi-Wan versus Vader, and then they make this, which is the actual squad you can run.
Got it.
You always get like a force user who's your leader. You get a sergeant, which is obviously the guy with the orange shoulder pad, and then you get two troopers, and every squad is like that.
Yeah.
But no, Vader's great.
Yeah, that looks very cool. I love the sheen on the helmet, on Vader's helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's well done.
Yeah.
It's a nice white too. It looks kind of nice and weathered.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's got some good depth to it. I mean the bright white sort of line running along the center of those like the thighs and just all along the legs there.
Yeah, it helps make it pop.
Yeah,
cool.
They're super fun models. When I did ours, we I think I sprayed them white, and then I hit them with I don't have anymore. I used it up, but it's the Vallejo like gray wash or whatever.
Okay.
Which is really good. I use that, and then I dry brush them with white, and then I basically used a micron pen and filled in all the black.
Yep.
It looked great.
No, that's cool. Yep. Nice work, Kelly.
Yeah, those look awesome.
Excellent. Luis is working on a piece from Conquest, Last Argument of Kings.
Yeah.
So this is a resin model. But
Yeah, he's putting, this is from the city states. The city states are kind of like a cyberpunky Greek cities, like cities is basically what it is. So I think this guy's the Tolmark. So he's like one of the lieutenant dudes or leaders. But his armor, like his legs and stuff, is kind of like a robo look, and some of the guys have like robot. There's one guy that has a robot arm.
Right.
But yeah, these models they're pretty cool. He's layering up the metal to full gold on all the armor.
Okay. Excellent. And yeah, it's going to pop really nicely into that blue. Very cool. I noticed just before the show, Luis posted a picture in the group of some basically an example of sort of this type of hobbying he's done before starting painting miniatures.
Yeah, he did the hood of a truck.
Yeah, the hood of a truck, which will be fantastic to look at next week.
Yeah.
If folks haven't seen it, definitely head to the group and after the show and check it out. Yeah, some beautiful work. Excellent. Looking forward to seeing more progress on this guy, for sure. Mike Mihalopoulos has been working on this Salamander's Tech Marine. It's looking very cool.
I love the new Tech Marine's great.
Yeah.
I love his circus grabber claw for like the game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely good. Yeah, I think when I did my version for my army, I used the hand, like there's like an outstretched hand.
Yeah.
That you can mimic with the claw. But Mike's gone with the graviton pistol, which looks very cool. And I think linking the gold in the pistol with the gold in the spear, the axe.
The axe.
The decoration on the axe is really cool. Kind of link there. And then having the green on the knee pad for the salamanders.
Well, and I love the hazard stripes on the cables. That is not as easy to do as people think.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. That is not easy. But yeah, excellent work there, Mike.
It was really cool. I like this guy.
Very much for sharing. Very cool. I think this one was posted like right before the show last week. So Nathan Sorensen posted this. Apparently, this is going to be at AdeptiCon on a gaming table somewhere. So we need to track it down. But it is very cool.
It looks like something out of Red Dwarf.
It does have that proportions, doesn't it? Yeah.
It has like the giant feet, the giant like lander feet.
Yep.
Again, awesome Necromunda model.
I hope that's an LED in there and he didn't paint OSL in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an LED.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
If not, full props.
But yeah, does look fantastic. Awesome work there, Nathan. Looking forward to seeing it in reality, in person, as it were. Looks great. Ross has painted up some Necrons here.
I like how he painted them up to look like the Sentinels from X-Men.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Like the purple and the blue.
Yeah. I was gonna say before I read the caption, it was almost like I was like, oh, these look a little bit piratical. So the chin, being beards, and then the red being like bandanas. But yeah, now that you've mentioned it, it's like, oh yeah, okay. Because I think when I read the caption, it was like, I don't know what that is. I'm sure Jake will tell me.
Yeah, I thought he said that he wanted to look like the Sentinels.
Possibly. I can't remember exactly. But yeah. No, excellent work, Russ. Thanks for showing us those. And the next one, I think this is the last one we've got. But so Stephen Ryder showed us last week that he'd got these minis from James M. Ward. And then he put this display together up on the wall. And then I think yesterday it was announced that unfortunately James M. Ward passed away over the weekend.
Yeah, that sucks. Like for anybody who doesn't remember, like James Ward wrote, he did like Greyhawk. He wrote the original. He co-wrote the Deities and Demigods book. He did Gamma World. Like he did so much cool stuff, like for TSR and for like gaming in general back in the day. And I've never met him. I'm really kind of bummed out. But I've talked to friends of mine who have, and everybody's described him as like he's super down to earth, super soft spoken, like very, very nice guy, like very like friendly and cordial. So like it's definitely a loss to the gaming world, but I think it is so cool that Steven got this and put this together. Like, and it's kind of crazy. He like just got this. So like he just finished the display and he sent that signed letter from James. Like that's super neat. That's super cool.
Yeah. I loved reading the letter where it was where James talks about like when Gary Gygax left TSR, the bosses were like, we don't exactly know what's going on here. Can you help us out? So whenever they were talking, would talk about miniatures, like he was the guy they would go to say, are these miniatures good? Should we go ahead with these? And but it also meant that he would end up with some samples, and so he'd get to paint those up.
Cool.
So yeah, as we said, yeah, very cool that Steam was able to get these and put this together. It's now from the
yeah.
Say again.
What a treasure to have.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah. But no, fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing that, Stephen. And I think there we go. We are at the end of the slideshow, so we'll stop sharing there.
We've done it.
Jez says that James Ward was the 5th ever employee at TSR.
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. But no.
I mean, because figure 1 and 2 have to be Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson. And then they were like whoever else they hired, and then James. That's nuts.
Yeah. Amazing. Fantastic. So, but there we go. We've come to the end of another show. This is our 6th episode of the Tale of 4 Warlords. We have one more to go. That'll be mid-April. Maybe mid to late April.
This is the penultimate episode.
The penultimate Tale of 4 Warlords episode. So we will hopefully have almost everything painted by then. We'll each have our dice bags in hand. We'll be able to show those off.
Just happy that I got them done.
Yeah, I'm super stoked because I don't think I thought maybe you were thinking it was going to be after the show.
Yeah. I mean, I had a very long laundry list of dice bags to complete, and figuring having all 4 of you guys here at Adepticon and I can hand them over. I'm like, okay, well, let's crank out 20 dice bags and then I'll get to these 4 and then I'll crank out another 10.
Yeah.
Dave, you inspired him. He was like, I mean, if Dave can paint 6,000 points of Space Marines.
Dave's a huge inspiration.
No. But no, it's definitely super cool. We're excited to all get there tomorrow and say hi and hang out and talk about all sorts of stuff. It's going to be definitely great. In the chat, Dan Wood says, my painting is done. Finally ready for Adepticon. It's a great time at Adepticon. John says, have a wonderful trip to Adepticon. Jez says, they were all awesome. Talking about the community minis. Great variety. Well done, folks. Dave Hummel says, awesome work, everyone. Have fun for those going to Adepticon. And thank you, Armored Wolf, for being on, and look forward to shopping for a bag.
Yeah. Look forward to creating it.
Awesome. Definitely cool. It'll be for Dave's Shadowhawks chapter. So
I'm sure.
Another custom piece. It would be awesome. So I think that's about it. We're going to be going to Adepticon next week. It'll be just Jake and I, a little bit of a quieter show. We'll be recovering from Adepticon. But we'll take a whole bunch of photos and we'll talk about.
I'm going to be fully in PJs. Yeah. So and to help us out, anybody who's going to be there. So Trevor, John, Jeff. I know a bunch of the guys in the chat, like Chris Kemming, Dan, Patrick is going to be there. Like take photos of stuff you think is cool, like cool tables you're playing at, cool terrain you see, anything from Armies on Parade. We cannot get enough photos from Armies on Parade. There's just too much stuff to see. So any photos you guys get, just send them, post them on the Facebook page. And you can also email them to us. Do we have our company email set up yet? No, we don't. I don't think we do.
No, we don't.
But
just post on the Facebook.
Post it on the Facebook. Post it on the Facebook, and we'll kind of collate kind of the best stuff. And we'll do that. Like, make sure you get photos of all the entries for the paint contest. Anything you think is really cool. And then we'll kind of do a recap for anybody who wasn't there. But there's enough people from our community and all of us that'll be there that hopefully we can get a pretty good sampling for those who weren't able to make it this time.
Yep, absolutely. Cool. So I think we're ready.
All right. John, thank you so much for being here. Jeff, thank you for being here remotely and messaging in the group, even though you're driving and you're at AdeptiCon now. Trevor, thank you so much for coming on. And again, we really appreciate the bags and all the work that went into them. They're glorious. I can't wait to see them in person. Make sure, John, be safe getting there. Dave, safe travels as well. And I will see you guys. What time do you guys get in tomorrow?
In the evening, probably 6 or 7.
All right. Nice. That's pretty good, Dave.
Huge. They're huge.
They are huge. Dave, what time do you get in tomorrow?
Tomorrow afternoon at some point. I'm not sure exactly when. But
okay. I think I land at like between 12:30 and 1 or something. So I figure by the time I land, I'll get an Uber or whatever and head out. I'll probably get to the hotel it's only like a half hour away from the airport, right? Not even. It's like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It depends on traffic. Yeah.
All right. Well, travel safe, everybody. Everybody have a great week. Don't forget to post your stuff. Tell all your friends about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help us out. Huge shout out to Armored Wolf for our sponsor for this segment. Huge shout out to the Army Painter for sponsoring us for the season. We will see you guys all next week. Have fun this weekend. And as always, don't forget to build, paint, play.